Good morning, everybody. I'm Subhadra Nair from GGHS's Cotton Hill School. So, how are you today? Hope you are keeping fine and safe. Let me welcome you to the new academic year, even though it's quite different from the usual one. Let us together make the best of what we have in this pandemic situation. Let me introduce you to the 8th Standard English textbook. We have two parts, Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 consists of 3 units and Part 2 has 2 units, and altogether we have 5 units. The first unit is titled as Hues and Views, that explores the relevance of art in our life. So children, we all have hobbies, don't we? And I'm sure many of you like to draw paintings and pictures. Okay, now what is it that has made artists famous? We have so many different artists who had gained popularity because of their immense work in art. Art is something that transcends the boundaries of caste and creed, time and space. Art is something that is permanent, and art alone embodies the feelings of man. Let us have a look at the world famous artists and their paintings. We can see celebrated Indian artist Raja Ravi Verma's painting of mother and child. This is another Raja Ravi Verma's painting depicting Swan and Damayanti from Mahabharata. Here is another painting showing the galaxy of musicians. This is Vincent van Gogh, and this is his painting Sower and the Setting Sun. This is a painting of potato eaters by the same artist. Yet, this is another painting by Vincent van Gogh named Wheatfield with Crows. Okay children, now what do you see in this picture? We can see an old man. And what is it that you notice when you look at it closely? Now what is it that you notice when you look at it closely? We can see 2 houses, a tree, a man, a sheep. Look at the next picture. This again is an old man. And what is it that you can see when you look at it closely? We can see a man with a cap sitting on a horse, a sleeping person, a river flowing. The artist has tactfully hidden the minute details from our eyes with a skill of drawing techniques. So children, you like the famous artists and their paintings, didn't you? So all these artists have withstood the test of time. So art is something that is eternal. So today we will study a very interesting story, The Mysterious Picture by Charles de Costa. But before going to the story, let me introduce you to the author Charles de Costa. Charles de Costa is the father of Belgian literature, and his masterpiece, The Legend of Till Eulenspiegel, became so famous all over the world that it was considered as a masterpiece of Belgian literature. The story, The Mysterious Picture, narrates an interesting episode in the life of an artist. It tells the story of Till Eulenspiegel from Flanders, who reaches the palace of Battenberg and offered to make a portrait to the Archduke. So what unfolds after this forms the plot of the story. Let us read and find out the first paragraph about the rest of the story. Okay children, are you ready? Have you kept your textbooks open? Okay, now look at the first paragraph. Till, in course of his wanderings from court to court, rode to the palace of Archduke of Battenberg on his donkey. His clothes and appearance attracted everyone's attention. His cap was set smartly on his head, and the three bright feathers on it danced in the breeze as he rode. At the main entrance to the palace, the captain of the guards called out to him, "Hey there, you fellow on the donkey! We don't allow any loafers here. You and your donkey already look like skeletons." Okay, children, read well the paragraph, underline the difficult words, and find out the meaning in the glossary of your text or dictionary. Do it as an assignment. So, children, Till Eulenspiegel, as you know, is an artist, and in one of his wanderings from court to court, reaches the palace of Battenberg and his donkey. So, you can take 2 minutes for reading it once again. Can I ask you some questions? What impression do you get from the first line of the passage of Till? The very opening lines. Go through the very opening lines of the story and tell me. So, two things you can infer. What is it? One is Till Eulenspiegel is an artist. Yes, the second one is he is a wanderer. He has been wandering from court to court, and finally he has reached the palace of Battenberg. And that too, he has come to the palace of Battenberg with an intention. Now coming to the next question, what attracted everyone's attention? It's very quite simple, it is there. What is it? It is his clothes and appearance that attracted everyone's attention. Okay, next is a very visible question which you can just locate like that from the paragraph. It is the appearance of Till. So, clothes, Till's clothes attracted everyone's attention, and in his cap, what did he had in his cap? He had three feathers on his cap that danced in the breeze as he rode. And then because of his continuous travel and because of his wanderings, Till and his donkey Jeff, both of them look like skeleton. I hope you have understood well the first paragraph. Let us go to the next paragraph, shall we? The captain of the guards was a tall, well-built, red-haired man of about 25. He was handsomely dressed in his gold-braided uniform. Till looked at him coolly and then dismounted from his donkey. He bowed low and said, "May God bless you, Sir Captain. If I look like a skeleton, it is not my fault. I am very hungry. I have come here because I am forced to. If you will be so good as to give me a piece of gold cord that you wear on your coat, I will go and hang myself by the teeth on that large leg of mutton that I see hanging in that butcher's shop." So, okay children, what do you see in this paragraph? We get a beautiful description of captain of the guards who is guarding the palace of Battenberg. The captain of the guards, he is a tall, well-built, red-haired man of about 25. And he looks very handsome and wears a gold-braided uniform. Okay, do you know children what is the meaning of braided? Braided is woven. Okay children, let's have a look at the word web of captain of the guards. Please see the monitor. Is he tall or short? Tall. What about his physical appearance? Well built. His hair? Oh, it's red in color. Red haired. How old is he? 25 years old. What about his uniform? He wears a gold braided uniform. Is he handsome? Yes, very handsome. Is he punctual in his duties? Yes, he does his duties very well. What about his likes and dislikes? He likes painting. He likes paintings. Okay, now tell me, how did Till start his conversation when he met Captain of the Guards for the first time? Just go through the paragraph once again and tell me, how did Till react? Yes, he reacted very coolly. And what is the expression he uses? Can you locate from the paragraph? So that is, may God bless you, Sir Captain. So what attitude or what is the description of Till can you find from this paragraph or from this expression? Can you tell? Yeah, it is that Till does not lose his composure. He is very much cool in his attitude. Okay, children, what is the figurative expression used in this paragraph? Can you just locate it? Yes, come on, tell. There's a very beautiful expression used by Till. That is, if you give me a gold cord that you wear in your coat, I will go and hang myself by the teeth of the large mutton, leg of mutton that I see hanging in the butcher's shop. Okay, now can you tell me the meaning of this figurative language used by Till? That is, Till is a very clever and tricky fellow. He has visited the palace of Archduke with an intention, and for the fulfillment of his desire, he is even prepared to die. Okay, now let's continue the story. Let us just read and find out what happens in the rest of the story. The captain was playing a game of chess with another officer. He looked curiously at Till. Where do you come from? He asked. From Flanders, replied Till. What do you want? I should like to show His Highness the Archduke one of my paintings. I am a painter. Well, if you are a painter and if you come from Flanders, you may come in, said the captain, somewhat impressed. The captain knew that the Flemish painters and their pictures were in great demand all over Europe. Till was presented to the Archduke. He saluted the Archduke 3 times and stood before him with his head bowed. May your Highness pardon me for my rashness in thinking that one of my paintings will please your Highness. I have brought a picture of Our Lady the Virgin in her royal robes. I have painted it specially so that I might lay it at your noble feet. Till paused a few moments for his words to sink in. Then he continued, You must forgive me, your Highness, if I have dared to hope that this picture will please you. Perhaps your Highness might wish to offer me the chair of your court painter who died recently. I can see the empty velvet chair to be filled. So children, I want you to go through the paragraph that we did just now. Just go through it once again. Can I ask you some questions based on this? Okay, we'll begin with a very easy one. That is, from which place Till has come? It's just a one-word answer. Can you tell? Yes, it is Flanders. Next question. How did Till start his conversation when he met the Archduke? Look at the body language of Till. You can locate there. Yes, what is the answer? He saluted the Archduke 3 times and stood before him with his head bowed. May your Highness pardon me in my rashness in thinking that one of my paintings will please your Highness. Okay, what character of Till is revealed here? Can you say? Till appears? Yes, correct. He appears to be very tactful and careful when he talks to Archduke. Okay, now what did Till bring to Archduke as a present? So he has come to the palace of Archduke not empty-handed. He has brought with him some present to give it to the Archduke. Now what is it? He's a painter, isn't it? So Till is a painter and he has brought the picture of Our Lady the Virgin in her royal robes. Okay, now just tell me what is the real intention of Till for having come to the palace of Battenberg. Can you tell me? Yes, correct. His wish was to become the court painter, as he could see the velvet chair waiting to be filled. So here we can see the attitude or the tricky nature or the potentiality of Till. So he has come there with a purpose. So towards the end of the section, we can see that Archduke uses a phrase to call Till. Can you tell me what is it? He is a very talkative fellow. And there is another expression, you have got a tongue in your head. So what is the meaning of that? Can you tell me? Having a tongue on the head. Can you visualize it? It will be very funny. Actually, it means that Till is a person with lot of guts. He can speak for himself and defend for himself. Okay, so that is the meaning of having a tongue on your head. And another expression is he is a very talkative fellow. So we'll do a drag and drop activity by using the words of Till in suitable columns. How does Till address the Archduke, the Queen, the Captain of the Guards, and the painter? You have to pick out the words used by Till to address them. Okay, it's quite an interesting activity. Okay. With the help of your English teacher, you can complete that. You have to find out the words used by Till to address all the four characters. That is Captain of the Guards, Archduke, Duchess, and Painter. So the first person is Archduke. So what are the words used by Till? Yes, it is My Lord, Your Highness, Your Lordship. Okay, next is the words used by Till to address Queen. What are the words? Yes, it is Her Highness, Madam, Mrs., Miss. Okay, next is Captain of the Guards. What are the words used by Till? It is My dear fellow, Sir. The last one is Painter. Probably it is Mr. Okay, children, you can do an activity based on a notice, and the context is Archduke is very much impressed seeing the portrait that was brought by Till. Now, keeping this point in view, you can construct a notice where Till is appointed as the court painter in the palace of Battenberg. So, prepare a notice informing the public about the appointment of Till in the palace of Battenberg. Okay, do that activity in your notebook. Children, do you know how to prepare a notice? Probably you know how to prepare one. It is comparatively an easy task, isn't it? Have a look at the sample notice that is displayed in the monitor. Here is a notice of the release of the magazine conducted in a school. Look at the format. In this notice, the name of the school and the name of the function are given. Now, write the date and place and to whom it is addressed. Here, it is teachers and friends. Okay. After that comes the subject matter. Please pay attention to date, time, and venue. In this notice, the person inaugurating the function is mentioned. Then, after completing the matter, write all are welcome, and then below comes the signature of the convener of the English club. The program schedule comes in the second page, where there is prayer song, or rather prayer, then welcome speech, presidential address, inauguration and release of the magazine, felicitation, and vote of thanks. And at the end of the notice, it is national anthem. Okay, children, keeping this format in mind, prepare the notice. And there is one more activity based on conversation between Till and the Archduke. Construct conversation, there should be at least 5 exchanges. So, okay children, hope you have understood the paragraphs that we have done. Hoping to meet you soon in the upcoming English sessions. Until then, goodbye and take care. Thank you.